We'll talk about that after 1 o'clock. In the meantime, talking about Kate and Jerry McCann, very much in the news this week, criticising the UK government, criticising the Portuguese government as well. Basically, their point of view is that it's incredible to think that for the past 2 years and 3 months, no police force anywhere has been proactively looking for Madeleine McCann. So they're asking you to sign this online petition. Have you been on? They reckon something like 9,000 people plus have signed it so far. They're also asking for money to try and help to find their daughter as well, 3.5 years after her disappearance in Portugal. Would you be prepared to give them money?
I think if it came to it, yes, I think I probably would, because I can understand the need to carry on, because if she was ever found or if they've traced her, I'd always, you'd like to think that your child would know that you'd never give up hope for them. So I think probably if there was an appeal, I would, yes, be tempted to help them, because I think they're doing the right thing.
No, time goes on and you have to get on with your own life, and that's how I look at it. They've had a lot of money donated to them. A lot of people wouldn't have got that support that they have got because they're business type people. Lower people wouldn't even got a look in, and they would have been just left to deal with their own devices. That's my opinion on it. I hope to God they find her. I wish it with the best of my heart, but there's a time and a place to call it a day. If they want to carry on looking themselves, fine by me, but they've got 2 other kids that they should be putting all their effort into them.
Quite a few points raised by that gentleman at the end. I'm interested in this notion as well. It's the type of people that Kate and Jerry McCann are. Do you really think it boils down to that? The type of people that they are, therefore they've attracted a certain amount of publicity and those donations so far as well. Are you prepared to give them some money when you call Nottingham 934 3434? Hello, John.
Hi, Mark, you all right?
Yeah, fine. So what do you reckon? Will you be digging into your wallet? Will you be handing over some money?
Not as such. I'd quite like to see, rather than just look for Madeleine, actually help and look for all the other kids as well. Rather than just a Madeleine case, nobody knows, unless you've gone through it, what they're going through. So it'd be quite nice for them to head up, even if it's to help missing persons, to speak to all the parents that it's happened to, because they know exactly what they're going through. But I think just for one child, I know every child's important, but it'd be quite nice for them to look for more than one. And I think people then will probably think, well, they're actually spearheading something that's very, very important.
And to focus their energy into that something positive, for want of a better expression. Yeah.
Because I hope they do find her, and fingers crossed they will. But another thing about the person they were, I know at the time when it happened, the first thing I said, which was probably quite nasty but true, was if it had happened to somebody from a working class estate, social services would have been in and took the kids away. I don't think anybody, apart of a different standing, would have actually had the children they've got now still. I think social services would have come in, took them away and said, you're not fit to look after them.
Are you stand by that now?
I still think that would have happened. I'm glad it hasn't, because the children are better where they are, but I still think that would happen now. And money does talk. You can't turn back the clock. What's done's done. The only way is to try and move on for it, and hopefully they find her and spearhead something to help all other people that aren't getting the radio airtime for their kids.
I'm quite surprised that 3.5 years on, we still hear a real depth of feeling about this, that quite a few people now have come on here one way and the other and said, I'm sorry, they left those kids in that apartment. And I'm surprised about the depth of feeling. Like I say, that amount of time has elapsed since.
I think it's just one of those things that if you've not got kids of your own, you know somebody who's got kids, and you'd like to think that you wouldn't ever do something like that again. Nobody can hurt them as much as they have been, because they're now being punished every day.
Of course,
for the rest of their life.
They're going through hell.
Which would be, I wouldn't like to think anywhere, send shivers through my spine thinking. I mean, I've not got children, I've got stepkids as I class them, but I still class them as sort of my own.
All
Horrible.
I can think of is, say if you're in a supermarket or a shop or anything like that, or a busy shopping centre, and you look around and your child's not there, almost for a split second. I mean, that
Panic
is...
button.
Yeah, God, and that is nothing compared to what they're going through.
No, they know, and the worst thing must be for them is they know they've dropped a
Absolutely.
huge claim. It was their fault. They know that more than anybody else. But it'd just be nice for them to think, well, put their energy into helping other people as well, and hopefully they might find Maddie. And I think if they did that, I think more people would think, well, if you're looking for all Because when you're abroad, and we are a fickle lot, the British, when you bump into somebody that's from Scotland, wherever, England, you tend to bond a bit and you look after each other's kids, don't you, when you're on holiday? And I think everybody's got that sort of British spirit where they probably would donate a little bit if they thought it's for everybody rather than just, I know one child's important, but do you get what I mean? Put it in for everybody and give all the other kids that they might find 10 or 12 in a month because of the airtime. But they've already got that step in their foot in the door where they're actually known throughout the world now, I would imagine, where they could probably do good for other kids as well as their own.
All right, John, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for the call. What do you make of that idea? And will you be giving money to the McCanns yourself when you call Nottingham 934 3434? Anne Richardson, thank you for emailing mark.dennison@bbc.co.uk. I would not donate any money. The child should not have been left. If she is still alive, would she recognise her family? I bet Ben Needham's mother would have liked the same support. Of course, Ben Needham's mum very much in the news in the last couple of months or so. And thank you very much indeed.
Weather.